Hello everyone, this is Jashan from the Australian Academy, and today we are going to discuss certain important things when it comes to the most difficult, as told by the students, reading module of IELTS. Now when it comes to readings, we have certain question types that we have to solve. Out of them, there is one trick that will apply to most part of your questionings that you'll have to solve. Now when it comes to the reading module that you have, when you're facing the questions, this trick is known as RUP, which will help you to solve the question. Now the RUP stands for read, understand and predict. What is the meaning of read, understand and predict? It is as simple as the meaning of the words. So whenever you have a question in front of you, you're supposed to read it. You're supposed to understand what is the subject, what is being implied to the subject, what is the meaning out of the whole sentence. And you have to predict what could be the answer for the question. These questions which have RUP as their problem solving are, the first one is summary completion and the second one is sentence completion. Now in here, the word completion means that certain part of the sentence is having data missing. Now for example, when we see the summary completion, a certain part of a paragraph would be given which will have certain things missing. Now how are you supposed to imply this RUP method? I'll show it to you, and after this I hope you guys can do it yourself. Now when it comes to the summary question, read the summary. Pandas tend to live together in small units, which experts call dash. Now I've understood this line after reading it. So R and U are done. How am I supposed to bring this prediction in here? When I am reading this, I got to know that experts call them dash. So that means there must be a certain name by which the panda groupings are denoted. And what are these panda groupings? The ones that live together in small units. So you're supposed to read it, you're supposed to understand the question statement, and then you're supposed to predict it. So in here the prediction will be with the word, the name of that group. Reading the second line of the summary, here a male panda has charge of a number of adult dash and their young. Now in here, this adult is having what? Which type of adult are we talking about? In this further category of adult dash is going to be the predictable answer for you. These units sometimes assemble in bigger groupings or dash. Now when these groups are assembling, either they will assemble in bigger groups or in dash. So now you know the prediction is the second name or the substitute of bigger groupings that we have. Now when you have a summary, right, you have read it, you have understood it and you have predicted, how will this RUP help you to come up with the answer that is going to be correct? Now once you have known that here a name is going to come, here the category of the adult, and in here the substitute or the synonym of bigger groupings, or what was the next word by which these were called. You have predictable answers in your mind. You have three answers which you think might fit. So you've come up with the categories. All three categories are predictable words, not the years, not the numeric data. Now once you are locating this in your passages, you will find certain words. Now if those words which you've found, they fit into your predictable scenario, the predictable words that you've had, then that word is going to be your answer. So this is more of like a sure way of knowing which would be the possible answer, going back in the passages, locating it, going through the things and then coming up with the correct answer for this. Same RUP method will be used when you have sentences. Now in the first sentence, this is sentence completion. So part of sentence will be given, the second part you will have to complete it yourself. Understanding of other cultures, whether within Australia or overseas, is one benefit gained through dash. So it is gained through what? What is the procedure? What was the method that was used in order to gain this understanding of other cultures except Australia? Now this type of question, again you have predicted the method's name. So when you'll go back to your passage, you locate this, you will know what you're looking for. You're looking for the method name. Then again a sure way of making you know what to find and where to find. Coming on to the second sentence, ability to study one's background language at school seemingly raises an individual's dash. So it probably is increasing an individual's dash. Obviously, when we have read the statement, I know that the prediction is a person's skill. So at least I have certain sections in my mind going on about the predictable answers. Once you've thought certain words that can be the answers, you will go back, you will read the selected sentences or the selected paragraphs even from which you think you might find the answers. Match it up and see which word fits your predictable case that you've prepared, and in this way chances are you will come up with the correct answer. So those were the two question types in which RUP is going to be useful. The other set of questions are when you have to complete a table, when you have to complete a flow chart, or when you have to label a diagram or maybe answer a certain short question. Now when it comes to a table completion, a table always has certain categories. For example, this small little table here has a source from which the information is taken and also the comments. Now when we see the first question, in that question the source is mentioned, that's the ocean, and the comments is missing certain information, nutrients for the dash. Now in here, when you have read, when you have understood that the information was taken about the ocean, it is the ocean from which the information came out, I've understood that, and regarding that the nutrients were being used for dash. So what was the purpose of using the nutrients? I might find nutrients for food, nutrients for eatery habits. So that is my prediction with the questions. Answer, possible answer. When I am going to find them in the passage and the word that is being there, try and match it with the prediction that you've set. Moving on to the next question. In this question, the source is missing now and the comments are discharging into the ocean. So what discharges into the ocean? My prediction can be lakes, streams, anything, small water bodies. So this will help you form your own arena of answers, and when you're finding them in the passage, you will be closer to that. Coming on to the flow chart that we have, it is about getting a job. Now when we are getting a job, they have listed us 4 steps. In step 1, you have to apply for a temporary dash with the local papers. So is it a temporary resume? Is it temporary portfolio? What is temporary? I have predicted 2 answers, portfolio and my resumes. For the next step, you have to build up a set of dash in portfolios. Is this set of achievement? Is it set of establishments or education qualification? What is that? I have predicted 3 answers. Apply for a post with dash. Now, what am I applying for a post with? Who is the source? Who is the person or the organization that I'm applying for my post with? Those are going to be my predictable answers. And write your dash letter. Is it my resignation letter? Is it my application letter? Is it my relieving letter? So those are going to be your predictable answers before going and finding them in the passages. If just in case your prediction for this question is relieving letter, you have predicted which type of letter that was relieving from your side, but in the passage it was appreciation letter. So now you know that yes, your prediction falls in the same category, that is the type of letter. This method will help you safeguard your options and come up with the most suitable choice. Coming on to this diagram here. Now this diagram's prediction is a bit different. Why? Because for this I have a question already solved, that's level 5. So I know that for this question as well as this question, it will be either a number or a word. Number here, possibly a number and a word here. In here, I do have a fluctuation between a number and a word, right? It can be the first layer, the 5th layer, or maybe the name of a particular layer. But for this particular question, my prediction falls between the area of numeric digits. I can only say dash kilometers, so they need to be in numbers. That's how prediction works. Now coming on to this short question, which border between convection zone determines the weather in the northern hemisphere? So this question is asking you to talk about the name of the border. When you're finding it in the passages, make sure that you're looking for the name of the border. So this way, these set of 6 questions, when you will be doing your reading, will require you to follow the RUP method. That's read the question, understand it carefully and predict what can be the possible answers. You've had your possible set answers. Now go back, find them in the passage and see is your predictable answers category same as compared to the answer that you found in the passages? More than half of the times they will be falling under the same prediction. Prediction of a name, prediction of a place, prediction of a numeric number, or prediction of the same number or the same word that has been followed in the previous question. Now when you will be doing your RUP, make sure that your prediction is being done correctly. Dash kilometers. Kilometers don't have names. Kilometers are in numbers. So this way it will help you to come up with correct answers for your reading, and yes, it will also help you to score a bit higher as compared to what you're doing now. Thank you.